everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing RimWorld. The new expansion pack came out. It's called Biotech, and I really love RimWorld. It's a lot of fun to play. So for this specific expansion, you get to have, as there are babies, and there's xenotypes, and there are, you get to play with like gene manipulation and stuff like that. So there's just, it adds a lot more to the game than what there has been in the past. And okay, so we're gonna start with the crash landed backstory. Now for the AI, I probably will stick with, I was gonna say I'll stick with Cassandra, but I've never played Phoebe. Phoebe gets a lot of time between disasters, build your colony. Okay, we could try Phoebe Chillax on Adventure Story. There's room to grow and thrive, but still a dangerous planet. Okay, let's try that one. I'm gonna be honest, most of the time whenever I play with Cassandra Classic, and I play like peaceful or community builder, but that's just because like when I'm playing for myself, I just want to be able to build. So it's been a while since I've played Adventure Story. Oh, and we're gonna do reload anytime, but we're not going to actually reload, it's just so I have saves for the game. Bell pepper. Perfect. Okay, I have the core royalty of biotech, like what you can see on the screen there as the expansions. I never got ideology. I personally am not so interested in like the cult idea. Oh, that's very isolated. Huh. I can't say I've ever started on an island. Okay. Yeah, let's give that a try. I wonder if we will get raids and stuff. Like, is there travel? Okay. So, here's some of the fun stuff that we can get into. You see over here that says adult. Now, in this little UI thing, we can do adult, child, and baby. Those are the three life stages now. Similar to old RimWorld, or original vanilla RimWorld before the expansion, the ages will affect like fertility and movement and stuff like that still. And having a baby means that they have to be fed baby food or they have to be breastfed. And then a child will go through learning stages, which we'll get into as that happens. Now over here, we have baseliner, which is the colonists will always carry the genes defined by the xenotype. So baseliner is just like the typical person you start out with. And then there are a lot of other different xenotypes that you can get in game. But the cool thing is you can also edit and create your own xenotypes, which is really cool, and maybe we'll try that later, but I don't want to look at this too much, so we can kind of look at it as it happens. Okay, as for our colonists right here, they are lazy, wimp, and a nudist. Okay, having a nudist isn't too bad, except for whenever it gets really cold and you have to force them to wear clothes. They are incapable of caring, which means no medical. That's not the worst thing. They have really good social. Okay, we can keep you as a possibility. Then we have, oh, I didn't even check to see their health. Okay, so stab scar, gunshot scar, and they have a son who is right here. Okay, and this is Twiggy, they're 56. Then we have Mai, who's 78, who is a night owl and an undergrounder. The undergrounder works for me because of how I like to build my bases. Night owl is hard though because they don't get their social up all the time. So let's see, they are good melee, decent construction, pretty good plants. Actually, it's really good because it's like, I think most of what you can make needs a 5, like the highest. Animals is 11, and then 5 and 11. They do have hearing loss in both ears. Okay. And they are pretty old, so both of these are pretty old. And then we have Luxembourg. who is a careful shooter, a psychopath, and too smart. They're incapable of dumb labor. Probably don't want you. We need people, especially early on, that are able to like do cleaning and hauling and stuff like that. So here's Sig. They are recluse, so they're incapable of social and artistic. We have Guile, who is cannibal, and Trigger happy. They're incapable of caring, social, and firefighting, but they're really good at mining. Mining isn't one I care so much about because I feel like it's one that you can just kind of make them get pretty good at quickly. So they're tough and a quick sleeper. They're incapable of violence, so they will not do any fighting. Which isn't the worst thing. They are really good at construction and mining. They have some very good intellects and some good plant skills. I actually really like them so far. Undergrounder, industrious, has an easy time staying on task and focused and getting things done much faster. Oh, and too smart. I really like you. Okay, so I think we'll take you, and I think, hold on, if I take maybe those three are the ones I like so far. Kimmy is a medical student. She's 14, so the age of adulthood in RimWorld is 13, which means she has been an adult for 2 years, so for 13 and 14. She's sickly, nudist, and a great memory. She's incapable of hauling and mining. Okay, so I like these three, which Twiggy and Artyom are related. That's always fun to kind of play around with. They're all a little bit older. We've got very good social going on. So down here at the bottom, the main thing we don't have is shooting, cooking, and we have no medical. That might be tough. We might want to get someone who's good at medical. You just are dumb. You won't do dumb labor. Maybe we get rid of Twiggy and we take them? Well, I think Twiggy's kind of our shooting. You know, let's stick with what we have. Hopefully, this is gonna be the worst thing you say at RimWorld. Hopefully, we won't need medical too much. Maybe we'll start out and the injuries will be like bruises, you know? Okay, let's go ahead and jump with what we have right here. So whenever I play RimWorld, what I love to do is really build into mountainsides or like in a combination of old ruins. The three of you awaken your crypto-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. Okay, let's get our people in here, and then we are going to pause. Okay, perfect. So we have... Is this an unknown... Is this like an ancient danger? Can you just come over here? Okay, it's not saying it is. Okay. I am very tempted to go ahead and open it up. My fear is that it actually is like an ancient danger and it's just not currently being recognized as one, which would be my luck. So we've got some food that's over here that we need to pick up. We had some food up at the top of the map that we need to pick up. We've got, it looks like a lot of granite. There's some steel. These are ancient exostriders. They're part of the biotech expansion, so we will look at that in a moment. Just want to see maybe what we think. What is this right here? Limestone. That's pretty good. Limestone's a pretty strong metal stone. Oh, there's silver ore, some free money. That's nice. We've got some compact machinery. We do have a, what am I trying to say? A steam geyser. So we could research that and get some good power. Okay, so it looks like we've got some decent materials. I think we're just gonna go ahead and deconstruct this. Who is on construction? So we'll put both of you on construction. Maskinen and Artyom are going to be on construction. And I will start allowing these things. We'll allow both of those. All of our steel, all of our wood. Who was my shooter? I think it was Twiggy. Our team has 6 for hunting and you have 2. Okay, so, well, I think that's just because you have better animal, but you have shooting for 2 and you have shooting for 3. So that's what I thought. We will give Artyom the rifle because he will be our hunter. We'll give you this a revolver. And then... Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Ancient danger. Okay, glad we didn't, you know, break that open. Where is a good spot that looks kind of already built a little bit? We could go over here. We don't need to build too much for it to be useful for us. So that's nice. And thank you. Okay. Or actually right here would be really good too. I like this one. Let's go with this one. We can go ahead and put our zone. We'll have a stockpile zone. It can just be in here. I'll go ahead and start getting some walls built in. I know it says we technically don't have any wood right now, but that is not true. We will have wood once we get it in our stockpile. And then I think we can go ahead and deconstruct this for now. And this can be the start of our base area. And I'm going to deconstruct all of this and this. And hopefully that will be good. Oh, sorry, Miskinen. You can go ahead and start moving along. Okay, and as of right now, they're going to be sleeping on the floor. So I'm gonna spread out their sleeping spots so that way they hopefully won't wake each other up quite as much. And we can just let them go. So, as I was saying before, whenever I play RimWorld on my own, I just want to build. And I want to just... It's a very, like, relaxing game for me to play. And I have recently started doing less of the peaceful and more of the community builder, as I have found the peaceful gets too, well, it's very easy, but it gets too like monotonous and boring pretty quickly. So I like to be able to have some sort of fighting going on, and I have another colony that I've been playing recently, and I've been on the community builder, and the raids and stuff are very small, very weak, and they don't happen often at all. So I'm hoping that this will give me some time to really explore some of the challenge that you can find in RimWorld, but since it's with Phoebe Chillax, hopefully it'll also give me a lot of breathing room, so like being able to explore it, but then still have a lot of time to like sit back and recuperate is what I'm hoping with this specific storyteller. Okay, so we've got all of that built, which is great. I'm trying to think. Probably the first thing we really want to do is get our stove up and running. So that way we can start hunting, gathering food, and then after that, getting research. once we have these two things, then we will have what we need to keep our colony surviving. As far as just like base level things. And then, oh, and we need warm clothes because it is summer. And we will be going into fall in 15 days. Okay. Important to note. So let's go ahead, and just get our electric stove right here. And then we can get a wooden... It says we don't have enough wood, but we still have all of this wood over here that hasn't been brought in. Our wooden research bench. And then probably a hand tailor bench is what I'm thinking. And we'll put that... We'll just put it next to the research bench for now. So after we get this set up, we can start looking at laying out rooms for everybody. If I recall, I think the rooms need to be like inside. They need to be 4x4 for them to have the like decent room like buff on it. So we probably want to do that. We have enough space. At some point, I will work on redesigning the whole base into being something that we can continue to expand and will last us a lot longer. This is just going to be our temporary one at the moment. So yeah, I'm very happy that we have two people who can build. I have played so much RimWorld where you end up with like one person who builds for the longest time. And then they can't even build well, which honestly just sucks when that happens. We also need to go through and claim all of these walls. That way they can get fixed. I don't think there's a faster way to claim the walls, which is fine. Oh my god. You know what? You were probably seeing that being like, Pico, what are you doing? That's an electric stove. You don't have electricity. This is not the first time I've done that. Probably won't be the last either. I meant to do the fueled stove. That was why it takes components. I was wondering at that, and I didn't say anything, and I should have, because goodness sakes. Okay. We'll build it here then. We can just have all of our construction stuff right next to each other. But we also need horseshoes for recreation. I don't want to use my steel. So I will get on to something else. For now, wood would be nice. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got. We have 2 wardens, which Twiggy we know will make a great warden because their skill is 16. The sad thing is that she doesn't care, so she won't do any child care if that ever comes up, because she has the most social, so she would be very good at child care. Cooking, hunting. Hunting she won't do right now, but we could make her do. I don't know if I will just yet, but I'll keep that in mind. She does smithing, tailoring, crafting, and then hall cleaning. And she could do research if we wanted to. There sometimes is a point where I just put everybody on research. Speaking of research, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Let me think. What do we want to do? So if you have played RimWorld before, you'll notice that there are some new options, such as xenogenetics and fertility procedures. Those are part of the biotech expansion pack that just came out. And I haven't actually gotten into either of them. I have been playing on my own over the weekend, but I didn't really look into them. It was more of just like, I really want to play the game, so I just got into it. Let's start with batteries, because anytime you do power, you need a battery. Okay, now work. They have all of this. We also need to get started on making parkas. We will need 3 parkas because we have 3 colonists. Yep. Okay. They have this built. We're just hauling all of this here. This specifically is why I did not want the person who would not do dumb labor or a person who would not haul things, because a lot of the early gameplay is literally just hauling stuff across the map. And you need as many people on it as possible. It's not going to be any good for you if you don't have people hauling. So we're going to have this set to do 5 meals. They can cook 5 meals. That will be enough to last them just like 1 day, and then they'll have to cook again. Since we don't have a freezer going yet, we don't want to be wasting much of our food. And I guess like the next thing we really want to get started on is our farms, which I was just wanting to see if we have this. It's like rocky, yeah, stony soil. I was hoping that this was going to be some like fertile soil, but it's lichen covered. It is still fertile, but it's not like, it doesn't give you the bonus. Okay, that's fine. So we've got a pretty decent area right here. We can go into our growing patch, and I noticed that they added this. I think this wasn't with the expansion, but it was with an update that came out. So when you are going over, sometimes it will tell you like the number of squares that you have currently. So let's do a 4x4. That can be potato, and then we'll do another 4x4, and this one, oops, this one will be rice. Did we get an animal? We have a squirrel. Wow. Oh no, it's a monkey. Okay, I thought they gave us a squirrel as our pet, and I was gonna be a little upset, just a little. Okay, so we've got potatoes, we've got rice. We could go ahead and get some corn growing, which might not be too bad of an idea. There is marble flagstone here. Okay, so we can put it there, but we have to take the flagstone off. Let's go ahead and get some corn, and probably, oops, not what I meant to do. Take this off, take this off. What do I want to make as well? This one. So we could do some strawberries, we could do some heel root. I think we've got someone who can do heel root. We could also do cotton. I think we're going to do cotton, so that way we can get in here and make our parkas. Now for the parkas, I want any wool and cloth, that's fine. And then we don't want these, like some very specific leathers. I don't think you want Panthera fur because it's for heat. Because some of these aren't going to actually help with the cold. So you don't want to use them to make a parka. You want to use them to make just like either shirts, pants, things that you're not as worried about when it comes to like keeping them warm. Okay, so we've got 2 asleep. Once Twiggy gets in here, we'll go ahead and fast forward until they start waking up. I'm going to try to get myself to play on the slower speed most of the time, just so we're able to pay more attention to what's going on. Okay, so I didn't put RTM far enough away, but that's okay. We can also, quick, just put like a little spot for our monkey. So that way, what was his name? Pilot. Her name is Pilot. That way she has a place to sleep indoors if she would like to. Okay. We got him waking up again. Miskinen, what are you going to be working on? You're going to be eating. Perfect. Okay, let's get back to looking at this. So as far as growing plants, we have Miskinen only. Now, mining, you should be on that. I am tempted to make all of them do plant grow and plant cut. What I might do is have all of them set to do plant growth. And especially since we are not going to be hunting right now, we would be wasting so much meat that it's not really worth it. Yeah, you can do researching, that's fine. We want as many people that we are able to have come out here and start getting those plants in the ground and made as soon as possible. Otherwise, we're going to be struggling with food, which tends to happen very early on in RimWorld, but I want to see if we can combat that with really working on growing our own food. My concern is this out here not being hauled in yet. So maybe what I will do is I will not allow sewing. No. We really need to get that in there. Okay, I will say that Twiggy can just keep hauling. And then that will leave Artyom and Miskinin coming in to really do that the planting that we need done. And then after we have that planted, all of the things hauled in, we can start laying out some rooms. Because we want to try to get those in quickly as well, to where people are sleeping better and they have less negative buffs. So that seems like a good plan for today. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward just a little bit because Miskinin's the only one awake. There we go, Artyom's up there working too. Twiggy stayed up later, so they can have a little bit more of a sleep in. While they're working on this and then hopefully working on the plants, let's just go through the map really a little bit closer, see what we've got. So we've got our compact steel next to our ancient danger, so we need to keep in mind that if we are mining this area, there's a good chance that it opens into this ancient danger, so we have to keep that in mind, otherwise we could end up wiping our colony before we even get started. Now, I mentioned that we were going to look at that, which we will. So this right here is an ancient exostrider midsection, and then there's the cannon, the legs, and the head. If we fight this, because you can't actually deconstruct it, the button is grayed out, you have to, like it says, it contains an ancient mechanoid transponder. You attack this to destroy it and get the transponder. I think the transponder will call down like a ship or something that will then fight the ship and you get something from it. So we'll have to do that, but we are definitely not in a place where we need to be getting distracted and coming over here to destroy this and do all of that. This is next to a good like steel area. There are also some more like steel stacks down here. This looks like more limestone. We've got some compact machinery, or compacted machinery, my apologies. And steel compacted machinery. Is that jade? Gold. Okay, good to know. We've got some gold here. Now, this is shallow water. Okay, this is deep water. I was wondering if that was, which one that was. Okay, so we've got a lot of granite. We've got some limestone. There seems to be a good amount of steel, and then is that silver? That's some more silver. We will keep that in mind. We don't really want to mine this just yet, because we don't want our colony to appear very rich. Otherwise, we could get some pretty difficult raids coming in. Okay, so we've got more limestone, we've got more silver, we've got more steel. Oh, I like that there's a table up here. We could claim this table and reinstall it down here. That gives us like a free table. We don't even have to build, and it was made out of steel table. Sometimes you can get some marble tables from these like old ruins, and that can be very nice when that happens. Okay, so we've got more limestone. Oh, My apologies. You've got more granite. We have the food up here that I did allow, which means hopefully we will get to it. This is compacted steel. Perfect. And then we know we have more silver over here somewhere, I think. Okay, so it looks like our main resource is being steel, granite, limestone. Got it. That's a good like balance of different things. And then of course there's the chance of getting like some meteorites of other material that we might not have on this map. And we can also travel. I have the setting set to allow us to have multiple settlements. I don't think we will technically go and make another settlement, but I do think that it will still be helpful, because then we can go to a different place to mine it if we want some more material that we don't have currently available to us, and then we can come back. Since we are on an island isolated area, I wonder if we're not going to be allowed to go to the main section. So why don't we just jump into the world while they're still working and see if, like, I form a caravan. Can I go here? Not possible. That's what I was wondering. So it seems like to get off of our little island, we would need to make like a shuttle or get enough influence from someone else to get a shuttle. Okay. Oops. Okay. Yes. Yes. There we go. I, for some reason, always forget how to just not make the caravan. Oh, there we go. Okay. So they're still carrying things in. It looks like we got all of this planted, which is fantastic. So we have potatoes, rice, this is corn, and then cotton growing in. Perfect. This is going to be excellent. We will have a semi-steady food coming in. After they haul all of these things into our main building, we can go ahead and get them started on maybe even cutting some other things. But first we will really... Is that Twiggy? What's going on? It says you threw up. Okay. Distracted. Put all of that down there. As I was saying, after we get all of the things moved over into our main base, we can go ahead and get rooms laid out where that way we can start getting those placed in, and people can get beds and have more places to sleep and stuff like that. Now, that is, I think it's like, those are armored pants, right? Black pants? Yes. Cool. We could go ahead and make sure... Do we have anybody that's incapable of violence? I don't remember if anybody was... Yes, it was Maskinen, that is. Okay. Wonder why. Is it because they were a slave farm? No, that's hunting disabled. Okay. Oh no, that is because it says like she was unable to handle violence. Okay. And then she's a rocket engineer. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay. So we've got our people working. They are still moving things over. And then we have packaged meals that are up here that need to get moved. Okay. What are you doing? You're hauling steel. You're hauling a knife. You're hauling silver. I would love it if you would come up there and haul that packaged meal. It looks like we got those meals, the ones that were in the water. Yeah, because like I would love to get the food in before it goes bad. So why don't we just get everyone to really come up there, because like the steel's not going to deteriorate, so it's fine sitting outside. The components will, but it will take 8 days, and then this hat will, but it'll take 2 days. Okay, so like we still have some time getting the other things going, which is perfect. Okay. We've got everybody grabbing food. Good deal. And then the rest of the stuff should be easily gathered. With that in mind, I'm gonna go ahead and start laying out what we want to do. So I'm gonna actually use the plan tool. And we want 1, 2, 3, 4. But we want it to be like this on the inside. So we're gonna build around that. Perfect. And so then we can just do another right there and another right here. And that's gonna be our 3 rooms. Well, actually probably not this one. Monkey, where are you? You're getting hunted. I want to manage area 1. Yes. I need to... What is it? What am I looking for? Is it expand? Here? No, that's not what I want. Expand. Yes, this is what I want. So you are currently allowed only in here. Oh god, okay. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Save our monkey. Yeah, grab our monkey. Okay, thank you. Yeah, go eat something else. Something that's not our monkey. RTM, are you gonna go tend to our little fella? Okay, she might die. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of blood loss. Blood loss mode. They're missing a leg. Oh, darn. And our team's not actually a good doctor because we don't have any doctors. Okay, maybe this wasn't best of ideas, you know? But it was definitely a idea. Okay, we'll make it through this. No worries, no fear, not at all. Ooh, quality 0. Oh no, it's not exactly what we want to see. Okay, we're gonna speed this up. Okay, let's see, come on. Okay, 3.6, it's better than 0. 0, that's a thing. 15%, there we go. 18%, okay, RTM's getting better. Medical's still at 0, but they have some experience in it, so that's a thing. Okay, I want to... You could give someone a bigger room right here, because they could get like a little 5x4, but let's go ahead and just stick with our 4x4 design. We don't want anyone really... We don't need anyone being jealous just off the bat. Okay, we're gonna use wood because it is one of the things that we have available for us pretty regularly, easily. It's all right in here. Just gonna go ahead and start. We're gonna go clean all of this. Yep. Perfect. We will eventually want to stop using the wood and start using some other material. This is not by any means the material we're going to stick with. It's not a great idea to build your whole base out of wood because it will catch fire and spread everywhere, and then you will not have a base. And that's not fun to happen. Having to rebuild your base is great for your construction people because they level up their skill, but not so great just like in general, you know, as far as defenses and stuff like that. So speaking of defenses, let's see, here's part of our biotech stuff. So we have a whole panel and there's like this pollution pump, which we currently don't have any need for. A groundwater filtering pump which slowly cleans polluted terrain, and it turns the pollution into toxic waste packs which must be hauled away. So that's good to know. We need some barricades. We could make these out of, what do we need? So we need, is it 5? We can make them out of limestone. We can make them out of slate. We can make them out of granite. Let's go with some granite. We're just gonna put like 5 there, 5 here, and then 5 there. This is to, did we say to remove that? Yes, we did. Meskinen, thank you. Don't get yourself stuck in there. Okay. Perfect. We've got that area. We can go ahead and get a door. Let's go with a wooden door. We don't have wood. Okay. We could do a limestone or slate door. I kind of want it to be made out of wood just for ease. So we're going to put this here. We're gathering wood anyway. That way we can do that. And then security-wise, the next thing we want to do is make spike traps. And we want to have those near our base where we can try to run attacking creatures into it. It seems like everyone's kind of relaxing, taking a break. Meskinen looks like they're going for a walk. Artyom's the only one still working. Twiggy's doing some meditating. And that's good, that's good. We've got a good start going on right now. We need to keep going with the trees, keep going with the base building, and just see where we can take it from here. I'm hoping that we can expand it a lot more. This looks like a pretty decent map as far as resources go. We've got like 3 different types of main material, which is really good. Well, 4 if we're counting wood, which making things like wooden furniture and stuff is awesome. Making a whole wooden base is not quite as awesome. We definitely want to make it out of something other than wood alone. But I think we're doing okay. Everyone seems to be moving relatively quickly. We've got 42 food. We have food growing, which is currently at 7.8. This one's at 16. Rice is going to grow faster. Corn is at 3.4, and then our cotton's at 4. So it should be rice, potatoes, cotton, corn. Perfect. Looks like Twiggy's still hauling over some stuff. But I think that's going to do it for us today. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!